So what exactly is personal finance? Well, let's explain it simply. Welcome to this Finluxe Explainer. I am genuinely so glad you're here with us today. Look, we're going to totally strip away the noise, drop all that confusing Wall Street jargon, and just focus entirely on clear, absolute clarity. Just think of this as a conversation with a smart friend who really wants to see you win. So sit back, get comfortable, and let's get ready to understand something truly foundational.
Most people spend 40 years working for money, but never spend 40 minutes learning how it works. I mean, wow. It's an incredibly powerful thought, isn't it? Because the absolute truth is, literally nobody teaches us this stuff in school. You can go through years and years of education, right up through college, and never once sit through a single class on how to actually manage the money you earn. Yet this is hands down the most important knowledge you will ever have in your entire life. Well, that changes today.
Let me ask you something, and I want you to be completely honest with yourself here. Have you ever reached the end of the month, looked at your bank account, and just thought, wait, where did all my money go? You know that sinking, kind of anxious feeling in the pit of your stomach? Yeah, that is exactly what happens when you don't have a financial system. Without a system, you're just working harder and harder every single year, but you feel like you aren't actually moving forward.
Okay, let's dive into the core concept, how you manage your money. At its absolute core, personal finance is shockingly simple. It's really just the framework of how you decide to direct the capital you bring in. That's it. It gives you a system that tells your money exactly where to go, instead of you sitting around wondering where it went. When you have this system in place, you stop guessing and you finally start building something real. And honestly, it really just comes down to three core things. Number one, earn. How you earn it. What's fascinating to me is that most people stop right here. They put 100% of their focus on just this first step. They think the only solution to financial stress is simply grinding to bring in a higher salary or working way more hours. And hey, earning is absolutely crucial, of course, but it is literally only part one of the equation.
Number two, spend. How you spend it. This is the inevitable second piece of the puzzle. You earn money and then, well, life happens, right? Rent, groceries, those random monthly subscriptions, going out with friends. The money just flows right back out. And if you only focus on earning and spending, you're kind of trapped in a cycle. You're surviving, sure, but you definitely aren't building anything for your future self.
Number three, grow. How you grow it. The people who actually build wealth, like the ones who achieve that real long-term financial peace of mind. They focus on all three. They earn, they actively control how they spend, and they ensure their money grows. They absolutely do not leave it to chance. So let's look at the 5 pillars of money. Master these and you master money. To truly manage your cash and move way beyond the basics, you need to understand these 5 key areas. Think of them like the structural pillars of a house. If you master these 5 pillars, you master your entire financial life. It really is that straightforward.
The very first pillar is income. And listen, this is way more than just your standard monthly paycheck from a 9-to-5 job. Income is absolutely every single way money flows into your life. It's that salary, yes, for sure. But it's also freelance work on the side. It's revenue from a small business you might have started. It's the returns you get from your investments. Getting a clear picture of all your income streams is the absolute foundation of the whole system.
Once you know what's coming in, you hit the second pillar, budgeting. Now I know, a lot of people hear the word budget and immediately tense up, but let's completely redefine this right now. Budgeting is simply knowing exactly where your money goes, not guessing, knowing. A budget is absolutely not about restriction. Actually, scratch that. It's the opposite. It is about intention. It's you stepping up, being the boss of your money, and telling it what to do rather than letting it control you.
From there, we move on to the third pillar, saving. This is all about building your safety net. Because let's face it, life is completely unpredictable. Cars break down, roofs leak, unexpected medical bills just happen out of nowhere. Saving is creating that emergency buffer so that when life inevitably throws you a curveball, it's just a minor inconvenience, not a total financial disaster. You are literally buying your own peace of mind here.
And when it comes to saving, there is a very specific metric you absolutely need to know. 3 to 6. Most financial experts recommend having 3 to 6 months of your total living expenses saved up in that emergency buffer. So to put that into perspective, if your bare minimum expenses are, say, $2,000 a month, you want $6,000 to $12,000 safely tucked away. That is the ultimate gold standard for personal financial security.
Your fourth pillar is where things get really exciting, investing. This is the part where your money actually makes more money for you. You see, without investing, any savings you have slowly lose their value over time because of inflation. Everyday things get more expensive, so your idle cash just buys less. Investing is how you fight back and exponentially grow your wealth. We'll definitely be breaking the mechanics of this down fully in a future explainer, but for now, just know this is totally non-negotiable for building real wealth.
And finally, the fifth pillar, debt management. This means clearly understanding what you owe, understanding exactly how interest works against you, and having a plan to pay it off strategically. Because, let's be real, debt does not magically disappear just by ignoring it, as much as we all really wish it would. Facing it head-on is a crucial, totally unavoidable part of your personal finance system.
So, let's talk about the biggest mistake, avoiding the system. If mastering those 5 pillars is really all it takes to find financial stability, why do so many people struggle with it? Well, it all comes down to one major roadblock. The biggest mistake people make with money isn't buying too much avocado toast or coffee. It's avoiding the system entirely.
It really comes down to this pervasive myth. People think personal finance is incredibly complicated, assuming it's like a giant puzzle that's only for rich people or Wall Street professionals. But the truth is the exact opposite. Personal finance is actually the most important for the people who feel like they cannot afford to think about it. Money doesn't just grow by accident. The earlier you start understanding this framework, the dramatically better your life is going to look in 5, 10, or 20 years.
All right, moving right along to where to start, your action plan. What do you actually do with all this information today? We are going to move from theory into practice right now. I'm going to give you your starting point, a highly actionable, totally doable plan that you can execute immediately after this explainer is over. Here are your 3 steps. Step 1. Know your income. Figure out exactly how much money comes in every single month after tax. The total exact number. Step 2. Know your expenses. Write down absolutely everything you spend in a typical month. Rent, food, and yes, even those 3 streaming services you totally forgot you're paying for. Step 3. Find the gap. Subtract your expenses from your income. What's left over? That gap, that is exactly where your entire financial future lives. So the absolutely crucial point here is what you do with that gap. Now, if you run the numbers and the gap is small or even negative, hey, no panic. That just means we need to work on reducing expenses or increasing income. But if there is a gap, even a really small one, that money needs a strict job. You have to save it. You have to invest it. Do not just let it casually disappear into the ether by the end of the month. Give that gap a job. I want to leave you with this final kind of provocative thought to ponder. What is your money doing today? Is it actively working for you, or is it just slowly slipping away? Remember, personal finance really isn't complicated. It's for anyone who wants to stop guessing and start building. Next time, we're going to break down how money actually works beneath the surface, and trust me, most people have it completely wrong. Until then, take action on those 3 steps and take control of your gap. See you in the next explainer.